Hey Aishwarya, can you pause the recording?
Yeah, just a second.
Do have these webinars every month, and this month's theme was to talk more about education, talk more about what kind of chatbots are there. The NGOs have set up in the education space. So in the next couple of slides, what we're going to do is we are going to just just talk about in general what WhatsApp is, WhatsApp chatbot is. We're going to talk about two case studies here, and we'll also give you demo of those chatbots, and then we'll move into the demo of the platform and eventually open up the floor for any questions. During this time, if you have any questions, please use the chat box. Aishwarya and we will take out time to address those questions over the chat box. And if your questions we're not able to answer those on the chat, we will try to take it up on the webinar. I mean, over the on the webinar. So yeah. So before we get started, just wanted to run a quick poll to understand uh, how many people actually know about WhatsApp chatbots. Yeah, Aishwarya, can you just launch the poll? Okay, all right. I'm just going to end the poll and show the result. Thank you so much for sharing the results. There are quite a few people who already know about the chat box. I mean, it's a 50-50% split. So just for everyone, just to make sure that everyone is on the same page, would like to go and talk a little bit about what WhatsApp chatbots are. And then we will move into specifics of the real the use cases. Okay. Okay. All right. So if you look at um, WhatsApp ecosystem, it consists of mainly two kind of WhatsApp. One is WhatsApp, the regular WhatsApp that we use on phones. It's WhatsApp or WhatsApp Business. It's used for personal use for small businesses. It's one-to-many solution in that case, and that's the regular WhatsApp that we have. Whereas WhatsApp Business API is the WhatsApp chatbot that is platform based. So every team or every organization gets a web-based WhatsApp for their organization, and through that, usually how people use WhatsApp chatbot is for talking to a large set of audience, right? And that's what the primary difference is. This is one to many, and this is, many people at the same time can operate this WhatsApp Business API, the chatbot, from your team and have more conversations with people. We will go in specific of how the platform looks like and all towards the end. So it's basically what exactly a WhatsApp chatbot is. It just helps you to automate your conversation. So when you think about WhatsApp, when you're actually having conversations with people, you're actually waiting, or the responses that you're sending through WhatsApp are sort of not in real time at times. What happens is, if someone is asking for information to you, let's suppose at 2 a.m. in the night, you might not be awake at that time to send or respond back to a user. But in WhatsApp chatbot, what happens is, based on the response of the user, you can actually automate the responses, automate your conversations, so that users are able to get that kind of information whenever they need. And you can, make it personalized as per what kind of content you want to float. It's one to one, like how I mentioned. It's not one to many solution. Okay. Like I mentioned before, so Glific is a WhatsApp chatbot builder. So we have more than 100 plus organizations that are using Glific to automate their conversations. and talk to a large set of users through WhatsApp. And it's sector agnostic. As of now, there are more than 88 plus sectors that we have covered through our NGO partners. And we feel that if there are more use cases in different sectors, more NGOs can use it too. So that's a little bit on Glific. I'll just take a pause if there are any questions in the chat. Okay, all right. I'll move forward. Okay, so let's just talk about some applications of Glific. Okay. Akanksha will talk about that towards the end. We do have a slide on the minimum criteria for using Glific. So I will walk you through that too. Okay, so let's talk about this example. This is the apprentice project. Apprentice project, what they do is let's talk about the problem specifically for this particular NGO. So what they want to do is they wanted to provide social and emotional learning skills to students who are aged between 11 to 17, and they wanted to take their program at scale. The major problem was they wanted to provide social emotional learning skills, financial literacy, and digital learning skills to these students, and they wanted to digitize the content they already had and wanted to take it at scale. So that is one problem they were facing. And how they overcome the problem was they developed WhatsApp chatbot, which is AI powered. We will show you how that chatbot looks like, and it offers co-curricular electives via self-learning. It's via self-learning platform. So Tab Buddy, what basically does is like they have tried to give a persona to the chatbot, and this Tab Buddy answers the questions for these students. They've tried to make the bot quite engaging. It gives prompts basis the content that they have set in place for the user, and it also sends nudges to users to complete that kind of module. So yeah, I'll just show you how the chat, so how Tab Buddy looks like. Okay. Aishwarya, can you hear the audio? Yeah. Okay.
Chatbot is a WhatsApp chatbot that builds 21st century skills in students through simple activities. A student starts by clicking on the registration link that directs them to the bot. The registration process starts with giving consent, allowing the bot to message them further. The next step is to select a language in which they want to interact with the bot. As of now, the bot provides three languages: English, Hindi, and Marathi. It is then followed by collecting basic details of the student like name, grade, and skill level. As we believe in choice-based learning, students choose which course they want to learn to build their skills. We send the course overview video for each course, which helps students in making an informed decision. After completing the course selection, students receive one short activity embedded with skills every week. These weekly activities have an assignment for students to complete and submit to us, which will help us assess their learning. We also have a functionality wherein siblings who use the same phone can register for two different courses and complete the program. A quiz about the content they just viewed follows every activity a student completes. Throughout the flow, gamification elements are added to intrinsically and extrinsically motivate students. While points, a leaderboard, and badges are a part of extrinsic motivation, messages, including elements of building curiosity, scarcity, and appreciation, intrinsically motivate students. Users who stop a flow in between receive AI-based reminder messages to nudge them to complete it. We have integrated ChatGPT 3.5 into the bot in order to cater to all questions that the students may have instantly. AI and ML analyzes quiz results and engagement to personalize content to the students. We are integrating speech-to-text feature where we can collect tech-enabled feedback to involve students in strengthening the product. The uniqueness of Tab Buddy is that there is no extra setup needed, and a familiar UI that consumes lesser data makes it convenient for underprivileged students to learn from home with a basic smartphone and connection to the internet.
All right. So that was an overview video of Tab Buddy. So what they have done is, in the beginning, they try to ask a student particular questions. These are like profiling questions, you can call out. They will ask for preferred language, grade, course, and depending that, students will go to different flows, right? And all these students who go in different flows will get content as per their preference. So that is how they're enabling choice in students through these kind of profiling questions which they're asking in between. They have also tried, like how it was mentioned in the video, they've tried to make they've tried to gamify the entire content on WhatsApp, and they do share a leaderboard and who's winning in this particular week. So those kind of, they've tried to like add a lot of gamification elements for students to engage with the WhatsApp and continue the learning that they are already having on WhatsApp. So it's pretty interactive, and it is also for the user, it just makes them sticks to the WhatsApp chatbot. There's another interesting thing which they're doing on the WhatsApp is multiple users on the same device. What I mean by that is, in most of the low income communities, there's one smartphone, and through that smartphone, there are more than one child who uses WhatsApp, right, to access the learning content. So in this case, they have enabled multiple students can log into Tab Buddy through WhatsApp and continue their journey. So every student might have a very different journey. So it just asks you choose from the list of profile, and then it will take you to different flows. So that is something which they are doing. If you look at the content on this slide, so what they've tried to do is, they are asking the bot is asking the user enter activity number you want to try, and this person, this student said 5, and the bot is, instead of sharing the activity right away, what it did is it just said, hey, you have already completed this, do you want me to send another activity? So it's basically not just following exactly what the user is saying, but is actually seeing and going back to the responses, seeing whether the same kind of activity has been shared in the past or not. Another thing which they are doing is sending nudges or reminders only to the ones who have not responded. So you can set up a nudge. There's an option on the platform. If there is no response from the user, you can send a reminder message to complete that course or complete that content or engage with the content. So in this case, you can choose, depending on your program, how you want to nudge the user. So this is something which they are doing through the chatbot to just get more engagement on the chatbot. So they're also using AI to respond back to the user on the questions which the user is asking to them through ChatGPT. So if a user is asking a particular question, it looks at the question and finds the answer from the knowledge base which the organization has provided to Glific, and it pulls the right kind of answer and sends it to the user. So if you can look at this question, the student is asking resistor kya hai, and it is giving a response to what a resistor is. Okay, so that is how they have have made the chatbot for these students. And yeah, I mean, if you have any questions, I'll just pause here for a minute. If you have any questions, we can take up 1 or 2 questions. here.
Sneha, I'm sure you'll come to it later, but how to set this up? Like how
Okay.
to, yeah.
Okay, sure. We will talk about it towards the end. Okay. I will talk about the pricing too towards the end. Okay. Can it also recommend videos to watch from our? Yes, that can be done.
Okay.
That can be done. Okay, so I'll move forward. Aishwarya?
Sure. Thanks, Neha. So, just like the Apprentice Project, the Tab Buddy, one of our other NGO partners who have been really doing well in the education sector is KEF, Key Education Foundation. So they are mainly into early childhood program, uh, where they also support the students with capacity building learning materials. And in the same way, they also support the parents by giving them lesson plans and activities that they can, get done by the kids. So it is a support in both ways. So, Sneha, could you please go to the next slide? This is a small video on the CLAP project, on how they are. CLAP project is specifically for parent engagement. So yeah, we can look through the video, and the audio is not audible. Sneha.
Your child learn through play and learn worksheets
Could you start from
and
the beginning?
engage with them through fun activities.
Sorry, Aishwarya, can you hear the audio?
Yeah. If you mute, I think it'll not be
Okay,
audible.
wait,
So if
sorry.
you just
I'll just play it again.
Hello, parents. Welcome to the CLAP project by Key Education Foundation. This is a program for parents with children between the ages of 3 and 6 years. In CLAP, you will be able to help your child learn through play and learn worksheets and engage with them through fun activities. You can also watch our Helping Hands videos to learn more about your child's growth and development in the early years. Click Start, begin using CLAP.
Sure. So they have designed it in a way where you would not, an individual person would not need very high internet speed in order to access, keeping in mind that these end users are from government aided schools and, peri-urban and urban areas. And they have also integrated with artificial intelligence, how we will be able to let you know in the next slide. So I'll just share my screen and show you a small bot that they have developed. It is based on GPT Vision. So for those who know what GPT Vision is, great. For those who don't, just a context is that it is where you use the power of images. You capture image or you upload an image, and then you get the information that you would want to get from the images that you have uploaded. So how they have implemented it is that they have used a GPT Vision integration for asking parents to upload the worksheets that they have had the kids do, and on the basis of the worksheets uploaded that the kids have completed, there will be some suggestions that will be given on how the worksheets have been completed. So I'll just show you a small demo. Yeah, I hope my screen's visible.
Yeah, it is, Aishwarya.
Okay, that's great. So for every chatbot, we would need a keyword. And for this GPT Vision chatbot, the keyword is Vision Demo, KEF. And once I enter this, you can see that it asks for a worksheet. And just give me a minute. I am just going to go ahead and share a small photo that I have here of a document, not particularly a worksheet. Just so that you guys get an idea of how it can work. So now, since I upload this image, it reads this entire image with the help of artificial intelligence. And since the image is not so clear, it is called out that it is not clear, but it is also given a summary of whatever it could read from the image. Right? So with respect to in relative to KEF, how they were doing it is, like I said, they had worksheets that they were giving the kids, and the worksheet photos were being uploaded. And depending upon the how the child has solved the worksheet with the help of the parents' assistance, there would be some insights given that the way this answer has come out is really great. The colors used for the worksheets is really nice, kind of suggestions. Yeah, could you share the deck?
Sure. Okay.
Again, this is all just an idea for you. We're just trying to give you ideas of how you will be able to powerfully use the chatbot in order to implement a lot of things for the use cases that you're probably looking at. So with respect to KEF, 44,000 plus children's have, successfully engaged with the bot and are actually finding it very useful. This is the updated data that we have till date. Next slide. Right. So how other education NGOs are using Glific, apart from the ones that we spoke to you, are some of the other use cases that can also help you, understand what kind of use case you can come up with or you can use it for is Quest Alliance is another NGO where this NGO is using WhatsApp chatbot for educating students on computational thinking and coding and the 21st century skills, to be precise. Saturday Art Class is another NGO, which is also, using the WhatsApp chatbot for capacity building of educators. And it is giving them reminders and nudges on training, lesson plans for the educators. And again, Leadership for Equity is one of the government projects by FIRKI, the Teach for India. And yeah, they are teaching them how to access the FIRKI portal for teacher training, and it is happening through the WhatsApp chatbot. So these are a few examples that we have about the education NGOs. I'll pause here if you have any questions that you want me to answer or that you want us to answer.
Any questions on the GPT vision or the demo that we just showed? And if you want us to just showcase the demo again, let us know. Yeah, Davi, go ahead.
Yeah, I have a question. So basically, you're integrating the AI capability, the chat GTP for that specific chatbot. So that's where the technology comes in terms of being able to read it. And once it reads it, it's able to reply. So can you guys maybe just expand on that just a little bit? That's okay.
Aishwarya, would you like to take that up?
I didn't get his question completely. I missed the last part.
No, I'm just curious about the integration with the chat GTP, that feature specifically.
Right. It is happening through something called as webhook. where all the AI integrations are happening on the platform. It is a no-code platform. So, yeah, so this is a little technical, which could be a little overwhelming to everyone here, David. So we can probably take it offline if that's
Okay.
okay.
No, that's fine. Thank you.
Next slide, Sneha.
Okay, all right.
Next slide.
Hi,
Right.
everyone.
This is just a demo of how the platform works, of how the platform and the dashboard of Glific looks like. We will just play this video and then probably take up questions that you might have in specific with the platform working.
Everyone, let's explore the Glyphic platform. On the right side, you'll find all your chats. Click on any of the chats to view the entire conversation history. At the top right, you will find collections where you can group users and send messages to specific groups. On the left side, you'll see flow section where you can create and manage your chat flows. Here is an example of Glyphic's chatbot, which in this one, you'll see how you can use drag and drop nodes to build a simple conversation. You can include interactive features like buttons and lists. To test your flows, there's something called as preview tab, which helps you to build your flows, but not only to build your flows, but also test your flows. You can see translate here on the top. It allows Glyphic to auto-translate content into default languages of the flow editor and have the translations populated in other languages enabled in the Glyphic instance. These are the languages which are already here. You can add more languages in the settings section. On the side, you will also see Google Sheets integration. This is one of the most commonly used feature as NGOs work heavily on Google Sheets. You will find support tickets. So support tickets streamline the process of submitting queries and assigning staff members for each query. In the quick tools section, you can create interactive messages with button and list options and set up template messages for sending pre-approved structured message outside the 24-hour window. There's also an option for bulk applying these HSM messages. Now, if we move to the settings tab, you can configure your organization's name, enable multiple languages, and view third-party integration tools or third-party tools here. Glyphic is designed to be user-friendly, especially for nonprofits. It has a friendly UI, and you don't require any technical skills to run the platform.
Right. This is a small walkthrough, a very simple overview walkthrough of how the dashboard looks like. It's very similar to the web WhatsApp. If you have any questions on the dashboard or the flow creation, we are happy to take it. Okay. So, like in the videos, Neha mentioned a lot of integrations, including Google Sheets and the language options, multiple language options available. Here are a few integrations that are that we have right now. Since it's an open source platform, anything that you can think of can be done. A lot of integrations are possible. So one of the major integrations is the Chat GPT and LLM integrations, where when you say ChatGPT, all of us have been using ChatGPTs for quite a few things, where we enter the questions, and then the ChatGPT goes into the internet, the data available, and then fetches the answer. Here a lot of things can be done with respect to ChatGPT, where you can make tweaks. We can make sure that we can use the power of AI, but we can also limit it to the knowledge base that we wanted to go and fetch data from. And like the GPT vision that I just showcased, where KEF is using it for the uh, uh, the sheets, the worksheets, and all of that. When it comes to speech to text, we have integrated it with Bhashini, which allows you voice to voice, voice to text, and text to voice conversions. So if you would like to reach out to your beneficiaries in Hindi and want them to reply back in Hindi, that is possible, or anything like that is possible. And when it comes to NGOs, we all know that the main thing that we struggle with is the data collection and data analysis, basically, because we have huge amounts of data to handle. So that is where we thought Google Sheets integration should be and will be the main important kind of integrations available. So over the Google Sheets integration, you will be able to, using the same bot flow, you will be able to automatically write the data into Google Sheets, also read it from the Google Sheets through the WhatsApp bot. And with the help of the data collected on the Google Sheets, you will be able to personalize the content that you want to send, also use it for analytics purpose. So all of these operations would be possible with the help of the bot. And multilingual support for a bot, there are at a time for a particular chat flow, 12 languages are possible, but you will be able to remove and add any number of languages at any point of time. So any languages that is supported by Meta is supported by Glyphic. So that covers major languages across geographies. So data dashboard, we have something called as Looker Studio that we use, which gives you an overview insight of all the data that you would want to know with the help of BigQueries, where we set up the dashboard on the kinds of insights that you would want to have on the basis of your chatbot. You will be able to get insights until the last point where people where did people stop answering to the bot, or where they're liking it better, how much is the engagement ratio, down to the last person. And send personalized content to different user segments, where you have an opportunity and an option. If you have projects in multiple geographies, let's say Tamil Nadu and Karnataka, and you would want to obviously send different kinds of contents, which is obviously because you have different languages. So you can create buckets and collections of these two data sets together, these two different geographies separately, and then choose to send the personalized content to individual geographies. So this and definitely more is possible since it's an open source platform. Next slide.
Sure, I can take it up. Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Okay.
Mm.
So yeah, so there was a question around who can use Glyfic. So these are like certain criteria that we think are important to have if you're thinking about WhatsApp chatbot as a solution. So one of the most important one is if you are already working with uh, a user base of, or if you're already working with more than 500 people from your communities, and you're having an active program with them and you plan to scale. So you can think about, automating conversations on WhatsApp, running your programs on WhatsApp. And basically the idea is why we are saying 500 is, I mean, you can even have a slightly lower count as well. It's not fixed from our side, but ideally what we say is like, even if you have like a lower count, you can still do it if you have a complex program or you're talking to your end users on a daily basis. So in that case also you can implement Glyphic. But ideally, in most of the cases, the touch point is once a week or twice a week. Ideally, having 500 people on a 500 people, at least a 500 people in your mailing list or on WhatsApp with whom you plan to have conversations with. So that's one of the important criteria. Another one is just having regular communication. If you want to have more communication on a weekly basis, on a daily basis, you can think about integrating WhatsApp chatbot. One last important aspect is the organization should have resources to set up the platform, not only set up, but also run the platform. So at least having one team member designated from your side who can take the charge of the chatbot and run it for your organization. So that's one. And the other one is to have resources to run the platform. So that's what we see that are important criteria for anyone if they want to use Glific. Okay, I'm going to talk more about the pricing and all towards the end, but before, so we're just towards the end. So how will you benefit from joining or using WhatsApp chatbot, or joining or starting your WhatsApp chatbot with us? One, we are working with only NGOs. Most of our organizations that are using Glific are NGOs. So we have made this platform specifically after listening to the needs of the NGO. And all the features that you see currently on Glific have come up only because our NGOs have requested to have that kind of a feature.
हमने बोला था कि इसमें हम नॉन रिलेशनल डेटाबेस यूज करेंगे.
Okay. So that is one. I mean, basically all of this has come from the need from the NGOs. Glific doesn't require any technical skills, but we definitely want at least one person from your team to run the platform. It doesn't require any coding skills to run the platform. It's very easy to use. The platform is easy to launch, pilot, and scale. So if you already have like set of questions in a Google form, like let's suppose you want to run questions through Google form, you can actually put those questions through Google Sheet on the platform and create a flow for yourself. And you can customize it and send it to the user. So it's very easy to use. It's easy to customize the flows. It's easy to launch, pilot, and scale. Glific is known for its strong support. So we use Discord as one of the channels for support. Most of our organizations come on Discord and ask questions. We host weekly support hour calls every Tuesday at 3 p.m. where organizations can join in and get their doubts resolved. That's another thing. We have extensive documentation. So we can share the link to the documentation here with you, and you can look at different features, how to integrate different features on Glific. So if you are planning to integrate a particular feature, you can look up at the steps. So it has like step by step, how can you integrate that feature on your WhatsApp chatbot. So that is something you can see on the documentation. Okay. Just before we close out, this is a demo bot of Quest Alliance. So what Quest Alliance does is it teaches fundamentals of coding to students from grade 6 to 9th. It's available in 2 languages, Odia and English. And through the chatbot, they're teaching computational thinking using games and puzzles. I'll just ask you to scan this QR code. We'll just take 2 minutes to go over go on our WhatsApp and have a conversation with Ikki. Let me know if anyone is not able to scan. I'll send you a link in that case.
You can just open your camera and then scan this QR code through the camera. And once you do that, you will get a URL which asks you to, open your WhatsApp. And then, yeah, you can go into your WhatsApp and press the send button. Renu, just checking, were you able to do it?
Aishwarya, can we just also get the link if that's possible through the
Sure.
QR? Yeah, I'll just paste it here. Thank you. We'll wait for another 30 seconds and then we'll move forward. Okay, all right. I hope you got a chance to. Okay. Rohit, usually it asks for permission, and then once you say okay, the flow usually starts. We have to check with the team why this is a problem, or maybe check if you're able to. Can you try accessing the flow again? Aishwarya, can we look at it? Look at this one.
Yeah. I am just checking the priority task for permission to continue, sir. But no message is coming after that. Same thing is happening for me. Okay. 1 second.
We'll send another link in that case over email. Sure.
Yeah.
We'll share another link over email. That's okay. Okay. Okay, so that was the end of the presentation. Let's just quickly talk about how you can set up Glific. I'm just gonna present this. Okay, so sorry, just oops. Yeah, okay. So how you can set up is it's a 4-step process. So the first step is to have a phone number to run the WhatsApp chatbot. Once you have the phone number in place, we also want you to have access to the organization's Facebook page. If you don't have a Facebook page, would request you to create a Facebook page in your organization's name. Once you have that, this process called as Facebook Business Manager verification. What happens in this process is basically Meta tries to verify whether you're a legit business entity, and it then allows you to set up your WhatsApp chatbot. So in this process, usually what happens is organization has to upload their official documents, letter of incorporation. So there are two things. They check for whether this organization has a legit business name, and the other one is to check the address of the organization. So to document it usually asks. And at this point, you also set up Gupshup. So Gupshup is the WhatsApp service provider with whom we have tied up. So usually these are the 3 things that happen. And once this is done, we set up your Glific account in a day's time. And yeah, so that is it on the setup process. With respect to pricing, so we have actually 4 elements to pricing. One is the one-time setup fee, which is 15,000 plus taxes that we usually charge to set up the platform, train you on the chatbot, and help you set up the initial flows. So the support that we provide is limited to 5 hours. So, but if you need any more support, you can reach out to us through Discord or get help through our consulting approach. So this is one. The other one is the monthly platform fee. So Glific comes with a monthly platform fee of 9,500 plus taxes. And the third element is the WhatsApp fee. So all the messages that are exchanged or exchanged on the platform are charged at a particular fee. And WhatsApp, what it does is it basically categorizes the messages in particular in different categories. One is marketing, one is utility authentication, and service is basically user initiated messages. So it's business initiated, the first three, and then it's user initiated, which is service message. WhatsApp also provides 1,000 free user initiated messages every month. So this is the WhatsApp fee charge, WhatsApp charges. And the last one is the charge to set up the BigQuery. So it ranges anywhere between 500 to 2,000 to 3,000, depending on the organization's data that they plan to have on the bot. So yeah, so that was on the setup and the pricing. I'm just going to stop sharing my screen and open up the floor for any questions. We'll just, Aishwarya, can you also pop up the poll that we have on the webinar? Would be great to just get your thoughts on that too.
Yeah. While you're thinking of the questions that you would want to ask, please do answer this poll, which will be of great help to us so that we can understand how we can better our webinars going forward.
We'll just flash the poll for another 30 seconds. Would be great if all of you can just respond to the poll on the screen. Aishwarya, there's a question on the chat.
I am answering.
Okay, can we take it live? Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Will the chatbot be able to pick data from another website API based and give? So, Taizim, is it? I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing your name right. Please forgive me if I'm not. So, when you say another website, are you referring to your own website, or is it a website where you have permissions to fetch data from? No, it's a public, okay. It's a public website. So if it is a public website and it is possible to fetch data from it, yes, you can give it as a knowledge base for information particular to questions that people ask, and the chatbot can go into the website and give you the answers.
If the APIs are open,
Yeah.
you can fetch the data. If it is not, then it won't be able to.
I hope I answered your question, Razi. And we can ask the same questions. Yes, yes, yes. You can list down, there are two ways that you can do this in, where if you have specific questions and you want the users to limit to those specific questions only, then you can show those questions as an option. Let's say, hey, thank you for interacting with me. These are the questions that I can help you with. Please select the question that you need an answer for. So A, B, C, D, and then the user selects the question. And on the basis of the question selected, the chatbot can go to the website, the open website that you have linked it with. It can fetch the answer from there and show it to the user. That is also possible. Or if you would want to give the questions to be more open, where you do not want to restrict users because you never know what kind of questions they might have, you can also use the artificial intelligence in picture, where you can still give the website as the knowledge base, and using a certain keywords, you can ask the chatbot to go and fetch answers from the websites that are related to the questions that they're asking. Both of them are possible. Great. Thanks. Thanks, Daisy. Any other questions? Please do reply to the poll. This will definitely help us understand how we can, improve going forward the way we conduct. Thanks.
So do we need a new number for this, or we can use an existing number? You can use an existing number if you're not going to use WhatsApp on it. So if you're already using WhatsApp on it, you have to uninstall WhatsApp and you can use the same number. So we will set up WhatsApp API on the same number. So that's possible.
Any other questions? We have 2 more minutes.
Hey Rohit, do you have any specific question for your use case? Because we have discussed your use case in the past. Just wanted to check, is there anything additional you need from us?
Nothing as of now. Thank you so much. Just that, and we have already talked about it, how to manage communities on WhatsApp. So we discussed a way around that. But there are a lot of use cases around the community that we have to manage.
Okay. So are you talking about WhatsApp group? Is that?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. We are right on time. If you have any more questions, please get in touch with us. We'll just post our email IDs here. And we will send out an email to you with the scanner or QR code or the link to the bot for you to try it out. So, yeah. Thank you everyone for joining in today.
We will be sharing the presentations and the recording and the bot links post this webinar. Thank you all for joining us. It was a great session.
Thank you.